Couple of things. I tell you, I show that for a reason. All right. If Toby stands up quick, he's not massive for a keeper, is he? Compared to modern day. But it doesn't matter, does it? So I know some lads have been a little worried maybe about height, maybe what comes in bigger goals. I think Toby's. Sorry? David Raya, he's only 6'1". Yeah. So it doesn't matter, does it? If you train right, got the spring, just as Toby's demonstrated there. So I've got a bunch of questions. We absolutely welcome to ask some as you go. Just stick your hand up. Feel free to. Just keep it interactive. But I thought to get us going, we'll go a quick fire icebreaker, 10 questions. Totally random. All right. Favourite keeper? Who's your idol? Casillas. Okay. Nice. Who's your team?
Liverpool.
Oh, I thought you were right. Random one. Shorts or leggings or long socks?
Shorts.
Shorts. Okay. Good. Seaman or Schmeichel?
Schmeichel.
Okay. Ooh, boo. Neuer or Courtois?
Neuer.
Alisson or Donnarumma?
Alisson.
Strong. Do you have a pre-game tune? What gets you going? Fired up?
I just let the voice fit.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust any of my teammates. Okay. Interesting. You're a brave man. Favourite stadium you've played in?
West Ham, actually.
Really? Okay. Current, new. Yeah. All right. Nice. Okay. Random two. If you could pick one defender to play behind or to have in front of you, ever, hard one, I know. Van Dijk. Okay. Is that just because you're a Liverpool fan? Or?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. For reference, mine would be Tony Adams. Mac will appreciate that. Good old solid Arsenal man. Last one. When Pickford gives up, who should be next England number one?
Ooh. I would have said Ramsdale.
Yeah.
But I don't know now. Probably Henderson.
Okay.
Just because he's playing.
Interested in your thoughts just because of the Brighton connection, James Beadle in the 21s. He did really well. Okay, one after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still needs to be playing the Prem.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. All right, cool. So let's start at the beginning a little bit.
Yeah.
A bit about your career. You said earlier you weren't always a keeper.
No.
What's your journey into being a keeper? How did that begin? Tell us how we got going.
So yeah, I was I played everywhere.
Yeah.
Up to about the age of 10. And then when I was 10 years old, I played for Worthing Town, which is another Sunday League team. And then our goalkeeper at the time went on trial at Arsenal. So I put my hand up and said I'll go and goal. Really enjoyed it. Our team split into two. We got to that stage, under 11s, and the pitch got bigger. Our team split to two. He came back from Arsenal. He didn't get in, unfortunately. So I put my hand up and I'll go and goal for the red team. We called it blue and red. And after about, goalkeeper for about a month, I had a trial at Brighton and then just loved it ever since. So
a month after being a keeper, you've got a trial at Brighton. So actually, that leads to my next question. So how does that Brighton journey begin? So literally, someone just sees you at a tournament, at a game, and says,
"Yeah,
lads, for a bit."
I think it was different because I just came a goalkeeper out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and I was very different to all the goalkeepers probably in the area because it was just back, like 10 years or so ago. Yeah. It was still very goalkeepers probably just kicking it, whereas I used to always try and get involved a little bit. Okay. So I think for me, what helped is I stood out compared to everyone else. Okay. So I think when people came and watched, they were like, they might not even be looking for a goalkeeper, but because it kind of stood out.
Something different.
We'll bring them in. And Brighton were transitioning at that time. So they just, gave me a chance and it paid off.
Cool. So what does that jump feel like for someone that's playing in a grassroots game, as you were at the time, and you're into academy, I assume full time? How does it work? Yeah. What's that jump like? I
mean, the level is very good.
Yeah.
But also you go on trial first, you kind of get the gist of it. So you go on trial for about 6 weeks long. So you kind of understand what it's like to be in the environment. And then at the end of the 6 weeks, they'll either extend it another 6 weeks, they're still not sure on the decision, or they'll go, yes, and you get a contract, or they'll go, no, and hopefully you can apply again in a year's time or so.
Okay. And do they keep looking?
They'll keep you on the records. Because normally if they bring you in, it means that you've shown them something.
Yeah.
But then, I was thankful I got a yes, and then all of a sudden you're in their games program. So you stop playing for your Sunday League club, and then you train. I think I was training about 4 times a week for a game as well. So it's very full on. I personally think it's probably a bit too much at the time, but I think they've limited it a little bit now.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really enjoyable. And you get to play against some very cool teams. That's the best part.
Yeah.
That's the best part. You get to go to these awesome training grounds.
Okay. So your matches and stuff you'd have been playing at academy level are, you're going away to Arsenal, for example, or
Tottenham. Especially when you're younger, you won't necessarily play against Man United, Man City, Liverpool. It's just way too far to travel at that age. Obviously, when you get older, you then start to travel a lot. But yeah, to begin with, it's Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham's, Palace, and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how long were you in the academy for in total? 10 years. From what, under 11, under 10s? Okay. Wow. So you've gone through under 18s, under 21s. Yeah. And I think I saw you made first team bench.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I was 18, I went out on loan to non-league football.
Yep.
And after about being on loan for about 6 months, really enjoyed the time. They called me back. It was like during COVID time. So training, I've never been to Brighton training up, but you've got first team side, academy side, and obviously I'd always go in academy side. They called me like, "Oh, Toby, can you go in first team side?" So I had to do COVID tests, all that side, eat that side, get changed in the changing room and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then literally you walk past the team sheet, the canteens there, you go downstairs, you walk into where the gym is there. The team sheet was out for the travelling squad. I kind of just walked past and a glance, and my name. I saw my name on the team sheet, and I was like, "This is
fantastic,
crazy." Literally, first time I done was my parents.
Yeah,
it's pretty surreal. Literally 2 weeks ago, I was playing in front of 800,000 people, and then about a week later, I'm walking out at Old Trafford, and there's about 80,000 people.
Pretty cool experience.
So pretty incredible.
Yeah. So I'm interested in, when you go through that academy and you hit that sort of under 18, under 21 sort of age, how do you then break through? What happens when you get to that point? Are first team coaches watching you, or are they relying on someone from the academy saying, "Oh, you go and have a look at him"? What's the deal?
I think you normally always get your opportunity to go up, because there's certain training days. So especially for a goalkeeper, a match day -1 to a Friday, for example, again on Saturday, you get to go over and join in with the shooting drills, because your first team goalies aren't going to be doing that just because it's too much loading for them for a game. So you normally always get a chance. But I think if you play well in your games, you'll get recognised. And if you're going over there, it's not attitude, to be honest. Everyone there is a very good player. But if your attitude's right, plus then you're doing the right things on the pitch, and I think that's what makes the difference.
So, random question, and I don't know how much it resonates with the boys and girls, sorry. If you had to give a weighting between sheer ability and attitude, where would it land?
Oh, wow.
Is it a 50-50 thing?
I personally think it probably is in the middle.
Yeah.
Because you need ability to get there first.
Sure.
And I've seen lots of players that kind of get there with just pure ability. Yeah. They don't need to work hard, even though they should. But that's the thing. Your ability will only get you so far, but then what then gets you to the top is that attitude. Right. So I think they are both really important, because if you don't have the ability there, it's hard to get there. But what then gets you to the top, prime example of James Milner, what's kind of kept him at the top is his pure attitude and work rate. And it's the same with other players you see, might have one good season and they're incredible, and then all of a sudden they pop up. For example, I know Aaron Connolly very well. You're a Brighton fan. Also might know him. He was the same, bags and bags and bags of talent. Attitude wasn't there. He's now playing in League One, when he should, in my opinion, be the Prem.
Okay.
That's kind of what makes it
interesting. So 10 years in the Brighton Academy. I suppose the highlight of your time is probably that Old Trafford experience.
Yeah.
Any others that stand out?
We won something, which is
something great.
So we won the under-18s Premier League Cup.
Cool. Okay.
A cool moment. I played every minute of that. I conceded 2 goals in the whole tournament, which was pretty cool. Awesome. And then we played semis at the Amex. Semis at the Amex, and then final at Middlesbrough Ground against.
Nice.
It was cool to win the trophy. It's not often you
totally.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool experience.
Nice. So, on I suppose probably more of a negative note, I guess. How does your time come to an end there?
Well, for me, talk about the Old Trafford experience. So I was with the first team. a long period of time. So about a good year, I've retrained them constantly. And then not long after kind of being with them, I started to feel like lots of pain in my shoulders. And
really?
Okay, something's not right. I kind of just got on with it just because I didn't want to like stop being
totally
great ball. But I got to the point where I had to mention something.
Okay.
Go for a scan, and it turns out like my left shoulder's like ripped to pieces. Basically. The surgeon looks at it like looks like a 6-year-old man's shoulder, not a 19-year-old shoulder. So I had to have that constructed and redone, and came back 6 months later, first session back, done it again. It was a bit of a tough time. I kind of just couldn't keep myself in. Graham Potter left, and Roberts left, and Ashworth left. So all these people that were at the club when I was doing really well and were quite big fans of mine were some point in the building. So like, I hadn't played on the pitch for like 10 months or so.
Oh wow!
And then all of a sudden, all these people that don't really know who I am,
exactly,
kind of like not really part of the plans, and just came away towards the end of my contract. And we kind of part ways, really.
Wow, disappointing.
It's just a bit.
I suppose that's the point, and I suppose that's a question I have for just the general attitudes and culture of the academy. Are they preparing you for one day you could get that bad news, or is it always building you up to keep you grounded? How does that work?
I think it's tough. You never think like that. No, it goes into this is fun, but I'm going to release at some point. You don't really go into that kind of mentality or think that you're going to go and play. It's never nice. So literally like you're sat one side of the table, they're sat the other side of the table. It's like ultimately the decision's going to be you're not going to be with us next year. Like, I kind of knew it was coming. When you're younger, they do it in a way that I personally don't like. They just send you a letter. So a lot of the boys when I was like under 12s, 13s, 14s, you're getting told like letters are getting sent out on 15th of April or whatever it is. And your letter will come through and like, well done, you've been selected to stay on for another year, or sorry, you're not longer needed, kind of thing. And it's kind of
harsh.
It's brutal. I don't think you can really prepare you for that. It's just something you get on with and I move on.
Interesting. So what happens next? You're out. I mean, did the club help you find another club? Do you have an agent at that age? I don't know.
Yeah, I did have an agent. In some trials and places. But for me, I actually just need to take some time away.
Okay.
I went on holiday because I left school, it was on my birthday, end of August, so I left school at 15. Okay. When you're year 11, you have nice long holidays. So I'm going, it's going to be fun to get a nice long holiday. Literally about a week after doing my last exam, I was back in pre-season, and that was me full-time working as such from the age of 15. So I literally was being full-time from that 4 years, wasn't really able to go out, spend time with family, friends and stuff. So literally the minute I got released, I was like, I'm going on like 2-3 holidays. I'm just going to enjoy myself, spend time with mum and dad, which is lovely. But then it's like the realization hits you going, I actually need to try and do something again. So I went and tried at a few places. I was meant to sign for Notts County. That deal fell through, which was a bit of a shame. But ultimately I just needed to take a bit of time out. Just loads of injuries and stuff. So it was actually quite nice to take a break. I think it was a good thing. But looking back in hindsight, it's like, well, it could have gone either way. I could have signed at Notts County, but then I wouldn't be doing the stuff I am today. True. If I signed there, you don't know it.
Our life's full of this, buts and maybes, isn't it? Yeah, totally. So you've had your break, you've chilled out a bit, and you want to get back into it. You've had a few trials. Where did you first land, sort of playing regularly?
So the plan was just to wait for like a full-time club to come in. So that was the plan. But a manager who, when I was out on loan, called me. He was non-league. He was like, Toby, can you come play some games? I was like, sweet. Trying to play some football. Probably the worst decision I made because I played 2 games and then I'd done my ankle in, so I was out for like 4 months after that. So all of a sudden I had like no club.
Wow.
I was injured again. I wasn't able to play for like 4 months. In my head I'm going, what am I going to do? I can't earn any money, which obviously was important at the time. I was like, what am I going to do? So that kind of put me in a bit of a state. I was like, oh my God. So I literally got to like January when I was back fit, and I was just finding any opportunity to play football.
Okay.
No matter what the level was, just any opportunity.
I think I saw when I was doing a little bit of homework, you played at my old club for a little bit, Burgess Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think I played for like 5 teams a year.
Okay.
Scotland, Burgess Hill, Worthing, Wildstone, Aveley.
Wow.
I played a few games for Eastbourne Town.
Yeah.
My friend's the manager. But yeah, literally any opportunity to play football.
Just any way you could do it. Yeah.
I kind of knew that it was hard for me to just go in somewhere after not playing for a long period of time. So I kind of like, well, I'll see the season out and then I'll do it.
So that, I don't want to be rude about it, but that drop in level must be significant. How does that feel?
I think for me, it can be quite like humbling, but I've always kind of kept myself quite grounded before.
Sure.
But for a lot of boys, they're just like, no, I don't want to play that level. And I'm like, just football at the end of the day. Like, I don't play football for all the fame stuff. Like, you play football because I enjoy it. So I kind of just brought myself back to when I was like,
this age.
Like, why do you play football? It's just to play and enjoy it and get that buzz back on a Saturday.
Dive around in mud.
Literally exactly that. So I'm really worried about that stuff. And then obviously content and stuff really helped massively. Just getting myself training.
Well, actually, I'll come to the content piece in a moment. I want to talk a little bit about training in general, because this group and some others come on a Friday evening, and we started it a few months back just to do keeper training. Then they go back to their teams, and of course it's really hard, as we said earlier, for the teams to cater for keepers. I'm intrigued as to, I suppose, your approach to training, both when you were with the academy and with some of the other clubs, and what you do yourself as well. So are you spending loads of time just with other goalkeepers in a corner? Is there a balance that you strike between that one-to-one sort of dedicated keeper stuff versus training with the rest of the team? Because you have to do both, of course. But
I mean, it's really important to get a good mixture.
Yeah.
I think it's so important that you train with others, because you push each other. At the end of the day, it's like, go to the gym, if you train with someone, they're going to push a bit harder. It's the exact same when it comes to goalkeeper training. It's like, if your friend makes a really good save, well done. And now you want to go and do the same thing. So you're always kind of pushing each other. But it's also really important that you work on your own things, because you're all very different. So one might be really good at coming for crosses, but then the other's really good at distribution. So you can also
help each other along.
You can also work on them individually. So I think both, having a good balance is good. But having specific goalkeeper training is so important.
Sure.
So important, because you have that designated time to work on your skills, because it's a completely different skill set, not the outcome. You can't do it.
You hear that? Outfield players can't do it.
Running.
Yeah, that's the reason to be a keeper, right?
To be fair, my manager last year, Lewis, he would do every pre-season run, and I hated him for it. Because I've never done it. Every pre-season run, the goalkeeper would be like, you don't run? So it's completely against like all the fitness you need. As a goalie, you need power, speed, strength. If you're doing long distance running, it's doing the complete opposite. He's like, it's just risk of injury. But yeah, my manager at Lewis made me do it. And I said to him, like, why? Yeah, it's like for team bonding.
I can bond in the bar. Well, actually, so following on from that, then that's a good point. Intrigued as to what the intensity and the ethos is like, the approach from, say, the academy through to, say, someone like Lewis. Does Lewis have the wherewithal to let you have dedicated keeper time, or they do? Yeah. So they invest in that
level. So all clubs at that level have a goalie coach.
Yep.
It's like, and it's so important. But obviously the training's different at a Premier League club. You're treated like a princess. It's like you get given everything. Clothes are washed, food's made, gym, everything. Which I don't think is a good thing for young age. You don't really learn to do things by yourself. So that you come out and you're kind of expecting that treatment, but then you go into non-league and you turn up and like, you might need to have kit. Or you got to bring your own water bottle. Just little things that is normal. Obviously you're not exposed to that. So obviously you're training in the evening. So when you used to train 10 till 12:30, then your food's made, your day done at like 2. All of a sudden you finish your day, and then you're training 7 till 9:30 p.m. So that's finished till 10:30.
Wow. And that would be unheard of in the academy. Yeah. Oh wow. Cool. So I suppose, given where you are now, what would be the next step up for you? I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, so I should say, Toby was at Lewis last season. He's gone to Dulwich Hamlet in the same league. which is Isthmian Prem. So if they get promoted, they're in the National League system, right? So if for you as a keeper, as a player, you've gone to Dulwich, hopefully have a great season. Where would you expect to kick on from there? If you weren't promoted, for example, would you expect to stay at Dulwich, or is that you looking to start climbing the ladder again, using it as a shop window?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always open to like offers. Like I said to you, I had an offer from a team league, but it just didn't feel right. I think Dulwich was just it felt better. And obviously, you don't know until the season.
Of course.
I'm into that. Yeah, I think I'm always open to it. And there can be a bit of a struggle with going full time in non-league because it is still non-league. It's not a professional game. But ideally, I'd love to go back and play professional football again.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I need to do what's best for me. Is that best? Or my best actually going, no, I really enjoy non-league football. Plus, it still gives me the freedom of everything I'm doing.
Absolutely.
It's the main goal.
Yeah.
That's always.
So you consider yourself a footballer, not a YouTuber?
Some of my friends are kind of go, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, all sorts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think if offers came up to play full time, I'd be silly to not look at it.
Yeah.
But for me, it just needs to suit me right. Being in the right environment is important.
Agreed, completely. Little shift in subject or topic. One that I feel really passionate about, actually, not least because I'm certainly in my younger years, I went through a period where I used to let my confidence go massively, and I beat myself up. And then I grew up and decided, thick skin didn't matter. That said, I'm still moaning and sulking about a game that I played 2 months ago. It's really annoyed me. Really annoyed me. Yeah, quite right. Quite right. It's really, really annoyed me. And I'm 46, for God's sake, grow up. But I'm intrigued as to how if you drop a clanger or any mistake, how do you deal with that? How do you pick yourself back up? And maybe at a match level like that, but also maybe at a career level. You've obviously had some injury blows and things like that. How do you find yourself? How do you pick yourself up? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, when I was I used to be terrible, like really bad. If I made a mistake, you'd see me in a massive shock, But it doesn't help, at all. It's good from one way because it shows you care. It's emotional, but the only thing is you're just going to end up making more errors or more mistakes. So I think I've kind of got myself to the other scale of the spectrum now, where it's like a game will happen, and I'm like, it's done.
Yep.
Obviously you review it and analyse little bits, but in terms of the actual game itself, I'm like, that's done and gone. Okay. I think that's really important. Is to back yourself always. You let free hands happen. If you watch the Premier League, goalkeepers make mistakes all the time because you're so exposed. Yeah. What they're judged on is what they do next. When I was younger, I used to be, quite bad.
Beat yourself up.
Get a bit of a shock. You do learn that with time. Okay. But it is so hard at a younger age. You're emotional to things, and it's like you let one in. It feels like the end of the world, but it's not. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. You've always got next week, always got the week after to kind of make that right.
Totally. Eventually, it did take me a long time, I would sort of switch my brain around to, well, hang on a minute, okay, let a goal in. Was it my fault? Was it not? Questionable sometimes. Maybe it is, maybe it wasn't. But actually, I finally got my head around and going, well, the ball shouldn't have been there in the first place. Someone else has made a mistake for it to be there.
We forget sometimes it's a team sport.
Yes.
So it's you do feel like an individual at the time. I mean, it's a team. When we score, it's we score. When you concede, we concede. It's not conceded. Yeah. Conceded. I think that's another really important factor. But players output is the worst. They just expect you to just stop everything. Ultimately, some players get it, normally defenders and stuff, but strikers don't really understand. And you kind of, especially when you get older, you just have to manage that.
You could take a man in training.
You just value whose opinion is important.
Yeah.
So if your coach is, well done, to me that's a lot more important than my striker going, well, why did you not say that? Because realistically, he's never put a pair of gloves on in his life.
Yeah. So you say you would analyse after you made a mistake, you analyse that.
Yeah.
Whereas would you do the same thing? Like Greg saying, do you analyse that? Would you say you actually learn more from maybe making a mistake than we're not the blinders?
Yeah, I think also over-analysing. I would never over-analyse. Like sometimes things just happen. Normally it can just be lack of concentration. You can't really justify what you've done. Like literally, if one goes through your hands, you just go, what on earth? And you can't. Yeah.
You learn as much.
Oh,
Do
100%.
something else.
Agreed.
It's also really important to praise the good bits as well. Like if someone has made a really good save, it's so important to praise it. Because otherwise, if you always look at it, I think some of the pundits on Sky Sports do my head in. Because all they do, like whenever a goalkeeper makes a decent save, that's a good save.
He's expected to make that.
But as soon as he makes a mistake, it's like,
Hard on him.
again, that's because they never. I think that's where it's valuing people's opinions.
It's a good point on that, actually. And I don't know if anyone watched any of the under-21s Euros recently. Do you watch some of that? Joe Hart was a pundit on it. The difference, and we're biased because we're keepers, right? But the difference was huge. So kudos, Joe Hart.
Yeah.
We'll put that on social media.
Yeah.
All right. Tag Joe. Awesome. No, I appreciate that. That's good to know. So I think for everyone here, let's say I'm guilty of it myself. Beat yourself up. It's done. You've got to move on. All right, Charlie, it's late, mate. So look, moving on, switching gears. That's kind of the main career period, I suppose.
Yeah.
How the hell does the social media thing come about? Toby, I don't suppose any of you are old enough to have Instagram yet, but if your parents do, 170, 180,000 followers or something like that. How does that come about? And that's driving a massive amount of activity for you, right?
There's never a plan.
No?
There's never a plan. It kind of, when I came out of football, it was when like you're training full time. Now going to part time, I'm only training like twice a week instead of 3-4 times a week. So for me, like I just wanted to play more football. I literally just put a camera up, started training.
Okay.
I just got an eye to what looks good, what doesn't look good, and just started posting. And
It's just come from there.
But again, for me, it just kept me busy and kept me like happy because I wasn't playing football full time anyway. I was going, what on earth do I do? I still wanted to play football, and it's just something that just kept me busy in a way. But it was never a career plan as such. It just kind of took off, and then as it started to build, I just started to get advice off people, and it's grew.
Okay, so now it's at the level it's at. Is it something that you're still driving yourself, or are other people finding you as well? And does it sort of snowball from there?
I don't need to be as busy as I was to begin with. I think when you get started, like be constantly on it. I don't need to be as busy now. I get a lot more help. Have a couple of people that will work for me now, like videographers, editors.
Oh, okay.
So I can free up a bit of time. But ultimately, I still need to be on it. But yeah, I think it's just fun. Yeah. I just see it as still a bit of fun. Yeah. It's not something that maybe when I'm 30 will I still be doing? Probably not. No. But if I am, then I'm fine. It's more just to fill a gap.
Okay.
It was just to fill a gap and train. But yeah, there's never a plan.
Wow. Well, that's cool. I'd say it's for, if your parents will let you have a look on YouTube for Toby's stuff is on there. And I suppose one of the things I've seen a lot of activity on recently, something I wanted to touch on was around your gloves. So Titan, T1 Tan, it is Titan, isn't it? Yeah. So that's, I mean, you're in a door C, right?
Yeah.
Do they literally send you boxes of gloves?
Yeah, my garage is very busy.
Sure. That's quite cool. Yeah. And is that, so as a keeper at the level you've been playing at, obviously you're going to get through gloves in the same way others do. Do you approach glove companies, or have they found you through your online presence?
I kind of started at a decent time when there wasn't many people doing what I do.
Okay.
So, I mean, to begin with, there was a lot of traction coming in. So I worked with one brand called Links for a while. And they were good. They supported me a lot, helped me with social media. But then when it got to a bigger scale, I started to look, a lot of big companies started to approach me. So like ProDirect, for example, was to be an ambassador for them. Wow. But Titan just seemed like the right fit. They're very busy on social media. Yeah. The deal they kind of offered as well was the right fit, and I really like the gloves.
Nice.
I get really good opportunities with them, and I was the first UK ambassador as well, which just felt
amazing.
Cool because there's few people then started to do it. Like now, if you go on Instagram, there's quite a few
Yes.
that started to do it, kind of built. But at the time, I think I was one of 3, 4 that were kind of doing it properly in a way.
And you're expected to promote them obviously through your social media reach.
Obviously, certain bits in like the contract you sign where you have to certain obligations have to post so many times, but they're so easy to work.
Yeah, I bet.
They just go, but you're the creator at the end of the day. You create, and we'll provide the product. Because there's some companies you work with that will be like, oh, we really want something like this, and you kind of give a bit of feedback. You go, well, actually, it'd look better this way, because they're so fixated on what they're doing, their product, it can come across not as well. But it's like a lot of advertising. When you're just trying to sell and you put something in someone's face, all of a sudden you just, if you can feel it in, then it works. Well, I'm tired and brilliant like that. Never like sell right in front of your face. It's like the product's there.
Sells itself, really. Yeah. No, exactly. So off the back of that, as some of the recent posts, and when we were juggling around dates to do this, Toby was travelling a bit. Was this Titan related? You're in the US. Was that Titan? No, it wasn't. Sorry. Okay.
My own shoots.
Yes. His own shoots. Look at him now.
Germany was Titan related.
That was it.
Been out to Germany 3 times in the last month.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. One literally was like a whistled applause. Like I went on the Tuesday, I flew at 6 a.m., got into the studio at 9 a.m., left the studio at 9 p.m., flew back the next day at about 10 a.m.
And that was it.
That was
mad.
it. And I was like,
what just happened?
and I was that a couple of weeks later. That was for a longer period of time, but then I had to fly back early to do the thing at the O2, was there for a few bits, and then flew out to America about a week after that. It was literally
Doing well, mate. Yeah, he's doing well. That's cool. You get boxes of free gloves. I mean, how often do you chew your gloves, Charlie? I've seen you chewing them. So we'll have to work on that. We'll get boxes of gloves from him. So almost finally, and then we'll get to some questions. For anyone that's on YouTube, you may have heard of the Ballers League. Anyone watch that? Yeah. Okay, couple. So you might know Toby from that. Do you want to talk about a little about what is it? Because I'm ignorant, and how did it come about? How did you end up finding it?
Yeah, so Wally started about March, April, I think, time.
Okay.
I got a call about it in about January, so it was very early on. They just explained what it is. It's like a small-sided tournament that goes across Sky Sports, YouTube, Twitch, all of that kind of stuff.
And it's where it's in
London, so Copper Box Arena, where it's held, and the finals at the O2. Yeah. But what made it so special was the people that are involved. So we'd had managers, so Simon Minter, who's part of the Sidemen. So Jizz was part of the Sidemen, KSI, Don Terry, Luis Figo.
Very cool.
Who else? Santan Dave, other big managers, Chloe Kelly, Ian Wright. So it's backed by a lot of big names. Trump's one of the presenters. There was a lot of big celebrities, and they tried to make it from entertainment plus football and bond it together, and it worked perfectly. Yeah. Got a lot of traction. The kids absolutely loved it. It sold out pretty much every single week after the first 2 weeks. It sold out the O2 from something that started 12 weeks.
That's pretty amazing.
12 weeks. So from someone that started 12 weeks later, they managed to sell out the O2. Which is pretty incredible. But yeah, it's just a small-sided tournament that basically brings the entertainment space and the football space together, and it gives people like me another opportunity to, one, showcase my skills and talent on live TV, and two, an opportunity to do more social.
And it starts again September, October?
Yeah, they haven't fully confirmed. Okay. I think ideally they want to do another one September or October time. Like, some of the managers might stay or might not go. Like, I know Maya Jama and Alicia Lehman, they're not fully committed yet, just because they have other commitments. Because where it was in like just before summer, people were more available, whereas now it's like beginning of the season and they might be a bit busier. Yeah. So again, that might change, but yeah, again, it's another opportunity to play and sort of showcase skills, and it was just amazing to see all like fans and stuff. Yeah. And it's so engaging. You know, parents might struggle to get their kids watching something for 5 minutes, let alone 4 hours. But I was speaking to so many of my friends and family that had children, and they're watching it for 4 hours long.
That's mad.
Which is just incredible, because they're getting to watch football and learn. Because I sometimes guilty of it. There's a game of football on. Sometimes I find myself switching on.
Yeah.
But with this, because it's so fast paced, fast tempo, there's goals every 30 seconds or whatever, or there's a save every 20 seconds. It brings a whole new atmosphere to football. So yeah, if anyone's not watched it, I highly recommend.
Yeah. No, I might pay it a bit more attention this time. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, look, very final one, just to wrap up, because probably we're getting a bit restless. If there is one thing that you know now, actually, no, before I say that, does anyone know how old Toby is? You can't answer that. Do you know? Does he look 28? Harsh. Look at his face. Oh. Not you, George. You know. Charlie. Oh, you just told him, haven't you? So he's only 21. So I think he's done pretty well for that sort of age, mate. So kudos. But given all that you've been through, all of your experiences, and even though you're only 21, is there one thing you know now that you wish you knew as a younger keeper, maybe going into an academy, hitting your teen years, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think if there's something that you really want, so you really want to be a goalkeeper, you really wanted to work on a specific skill, I wish I had the confidence when I was younger and the bravery just to go and ask someone to help with that, because I think your parents are all willing to help, your coaches are all willing to help, but I think you actually having that bit of bravery and going to ask, I was really guilty of it at the time. I always used to think I can do that myself.
Yeah, okay.
I'm still guilty of it now, even when it comes to things like work, or if I have an issue at home, I'm I don't want to call my dad to come help. I feel I can do it myself. But then I also remember I'm still young, so I think actually asking for help is actually being more brave and courageous than just trying to do it yourself, because you don't know everything. And I didn't know everything as a goalkeeper, so I think asking for that bit of support and guidance.
That's good advice.
That's the main.
Good advice. All right, cool. Any questions? Charlie?
How many goals have you let in this season?
This season? I don't actually keep a tally of that, to be honest.
Charlie, how many have you let in this season? 12 all season.
So, no, just forget about it. Go on.
Say again, sorry?
How many of the 12 was too many?
I'm not going there in this audience.
Maybe just one game. I'll be like,
All right, what's the worst defeat?
oh, wow. What were I so when the other thing with academy games, so you'll be under 10 and you play 80-minute games.
Yeah.
Because you play 4 quarters of 20 minutes. Yeah. And it's very small. So sometimes we play a game where we're 21, 15.
Oh, wow.
So probably something.
It's like playground football, isn't it?
I think as playing men's football.
Yeah.
Lost the game 5-0 before. Yeah, but it happens.
Yeah. No, like I said earlier.
I think Casillas played the game, they lost 6-0 or something like that. Or you've had, one of my friends played the game the other day and they lost 10-0.
Wow. It's going to hurt.
It happens, but you go, well, it's been and gone.
Move on. Yeah, move on. Noah?
What's been your best game?
Best game? Wow. I've got two. So one, when I was in the academy, we played against Arsenal under 13 it was. And every year we played them, they would beat us. And then we were 2-0 up at the time. It was quite late on. And they got given a penalty. And I saved the penalty, but I literally looked to my left and the busy line, I had a flag up. And it was he came off his line. So nightmare. We retake the penalty, I save it again, rebound comes out, I save that one again. And we ended up winning again 2-0.
Amazing.
The last 10 minutes of a great game. So I always remember that one, just because it was our first time beating us. I'm sorry, any Awesome fans, I absolutely hate us.
There's a few in here.
I think as a men's game. I had a couple good games last year. I probably did my first game was last year. That was a good game. Again, we were 2-0 up. It was apparently in the last 5 minutes. No, 1-0 up actually at the time, sorry. And in the last 5 minutes, saved that one. We literally got up the other end of the score, 1-2-0, and then we went on 1-6 in a row. I had a very good game that time. Yeah, there's not one that specifically stands out. Yeah, probably those two are like special moments. I think.
Awesome, thanks. Perfect.
So your move to Heathfield sounds a little unusual.
Yeah.
So what would you put down to your success down to keeping? Well, what would you put your goalkeeping success down to? Would you say natural talent, or was there something else that you did outside of football, inside football?
Yeah, good question.
Field,
Yeah.
that allowed you to hit that kind of level of talent and agility.
Yeah, I mean, probably from an outfield perspective, I literally always had the ball at my feet. Literally since I can remember my grandparents literally lived like 2 rows down. We walked with my grandparents and I had football at my foot. So always since then, I've always been playing football. Any opportunity to play football, I played football. Then as a goalkeeper, and I suppose my brother used to show me a goal in the garden a little bit, but it was football talent. Like I was very clumsy to begin with because I had no keeper skills. It was all at my feet. I think what I did have was just bravery. I just throw myself into anything. And whether I got something wrong, I was like, yes, you said it, it's not. But I'd always go and do it again. So it wouldn't be, I'll flip 5 in, I don't want to play next week. I'll go, right, next week I'm going to look for it. And next week 3 in or whatever it is. So I think it's more just having the confidence just to throw yourself into anything. It was never raw talent. I never had goalkeeper raw talent. It's just being that confident and brave just to throw myself into any kind of opportunity. And I'd say the same with all the little ones in the room. It's just put yourself into any situation you can to go and goal. And also put yourself out pitch. If you're doing lots of goalie training, it's also important to train outfield as well.
I agree.
Keeping there's a lot with your feet.
Especially these days.
Yeah. I'll do a bit of everything. Always saying like, yes.
I suppose some of that's the resilience, I suppose, of like you say, all right, we lost 5 now I'm only going to go to 4 or whatever. But yeah, that's good advice. Good advice. Good question. Any others for anyone? Simon, go ahead. Sorry.
You mentioned a couple of your highlights were to do with penalty save.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind in that moment when you're like stood, the attackers there, we're pausing the spot? What do you do to make sure?
I mean, I'm quite lucky that I get like analysis and stuff on opposition. So I have a little bit of research. If I was going blind, I don't know, again, just confidence. Just feel like I'm going to save it. If I don't, fine. It's not my fault. I'm not expected to. I'm just going with confidence that I am going to save it. I think that's the main thing. Like at the end of the day, you're a goalkeeper. You're not expected to save the penalty. So you're kind of in a good position in that state. But if you get in that mindset of, I'm going to save it, try and put them off as best as possible. And then just go with confidence. If you think he's going right, throw yourself at it. And if he puts it left, you go, but it's just giving yourself the best chance as possible in that situation.
Come on.
So, for the young aspiring goalkeepers here, in terms of training, what do you think? Is there like one specific drill that you think better than anything else on? Is it actually working on penalties or crosses, corner kicks, set pieces? Is there something particular that you think is not all else in what you should focus on?
One specific, I break goalkeeping up into like 4 main areas. So shot stopping, distribution, cross taking, and mentality. They're like my 4 like key areas of goalkeeping. But one like specific is trying to do like as much live practice as possible. Like I'm not a huge fan of like set, hold, catch kind of things because it's in a game you don't really have that. So like if anyone wants to watch my warm up, it's very dynamic. Not a lot of set and hold. To begin with, it just gets your eye in. But in terms of specific drills, trying to keep everything live is what I like to do to keep your practice live. So it might be into a cutback, do the cutback, and then you turn in, do a shot. Because in a game, you might have that. You might go into a cutback position. If he's then cut it back to a shooting chance, you're then having to spin in and make a save. So again, with cross taking, you deal with the cross. If you don't claim the cross, fine, you then get a shot. So it's always having that right reaction because you're then just training the brain. So now, for example, if I'm in a cross position, the cross goes too far out, my brain already going, right, now you need to drop. So it's keeping the practice live is what I would say is best. But that's just you one specific day would be like.
Nice, like that. Anyone else? Go on.
How many trophies have you won in your career?
Is this a loaded question, Aidan?
Your age? Well, I used to try and play every single tournament possible. I've got quite a lot of medals. To be fair, the most trophies I have is in tennis.
Okay.
Yeah. But football ones, I don't know exactly. I said the biggest one for me is obviously that Premier League Cup. That's the biggest one. But I've probably won a few tournaments when I was younger. But actual trophies, yeah, maybe like 5, 6, I'd say, but a lot of medals.
Nice. George?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, everyone loves goalie
But
wins.
again, if you make it a live, yes, it's not realistic where you have 2 goals. But if you make it a live practice, again, it can be really beneficial because you do have a shot, it rebounds out, then you do that shot. So yeah, and the other thing you can add to goalie balls is you can add crosses. So if someone has to cross the ball in, back, there's so many different ways, different variations that you can make goalie.
Nice. We love goalie balls.
Yeah, it's always a good finisher. It's always a good tournament, and it makes it competitive. It really makes you stop the ball.
Yeah.
In the goal.
Yeah, I used to love goalie balls when I was training back in the day. Right, looking at time. Any other last question? One more? Go on, Mac.
You go to school when you're 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
It was like it out.
Yeah.
Your first salt beats to, oh, it's massive. Your first, oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with football, is the honest answer. Thankfully, I was terrible at computer games, so that helped. I was never any good at computer games. Never really got into it. But yeah, for me, I just loved being outside and having a ball at my feet. I used to pester my parents about getting rebound balls and flexors or whatever it is. Just my neighbours absolutely hated it. Literally, I'll be smashing the ball against the wall all the time, just kicking it back and forth, back and forth. And then when I was a goalkeeper as well, I just used to volley into the ball and catch it. And obviously, when weather's like this, you can just get outside because when you get older, you'll regret not going outside more, and you regret not spending that time with your parents playing football. Yeah, it's such a big thing. Because when you get to school, especially like secondary school, you don't get that much time at lunchtime or break time to just go out and play football. And you don't need to worry about your washing. Parents can do that. So when you get older, you have to think about your own washing. So when you're younger, you can just chuck yourself around in any kind of muds if you like. But yeah, if you can. I'm not saying don't play computer games because they are good fun. It's good ways to
It's a balance, isn't it?
try and get out as much.
Cool. I agree with that.
Doing that isn't going to help your goalkeepers.
Exactly, doesn't, you can't catch a ball with your thumbs, can you? Right. I think, well, firstly, if anyone's interested, I'll put his socials up. I hope they're right. Maybe someone else. I hope they're right. And I think more than anything, I think Toby deserves a massive round of applause. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you also for coming along. I hope it's been worthwhile. I hope some of you just take something, even if it's one little thing away. Then that's awesome. Toby's going to stick around a couple of photos, maybe. Maybe if we can start, maybe we get all the kids just in front with Toby and me. And